pretty amazing. Like Trudy doesn't even know me, and I just reach out to her, and she responds right away, which just shows you like, I mean, honestly, that's just so touching. You don't know me, and I'm not even part of your team, and she's still willing to come on and talk. And now she realizes there's some people on her team, but still, the fact that you responded to me was it just that shows you the kind of person that you are. So I really appreciate it. But I want to share with you your bio with all of you, and a lot of you know this. If you're in isogenics, you've heard of Trudy Maples, right? So I want to read your bio because it's pretty amazing. And if whoever else is host could make sure you add in the people, because I continuously add in people and I don't want to be interrupted with this bio. So here we go. Trudy began her journey with isogenics in January of 2015. She's an 18-star crystal executive, 10-star platinum. In 2016, she was #1 in all of these: the President's Quest, the ISO Derby, Leader in Action. She was one of the Women of Isogenics and Leader of the Year. In 2017, she was announced the number 218 Isogenics Millionaire, and she is one of the fastest growing teams in Isogenics. 2 people in the meeting room, got them. In 2018, she got the Momentum Award, top tier dash for Disney, #11 in the Cayman Islands trip. She's also hit every reset bonus in the Crystal Rapids reset that Isogenics has offered, which is amazing. In 2019, her and her husband were named Couple of the Year. She has earned top achievers every year, and she is currently #31 overall in the company as a 7-figure earner. Her husband was able to retire from his 28-year career as a student pastor, and they are working together to change lives every day, and they love their team so much. So again, thank you so much. And for those that didn't hear, I just wanted to repeat it. Like, Trudy doesn't know who I am. I just private message her on Facebook, and she responds, and she's here. So thank you so much for showing up for us. We really appreciate you.
Thank you so much for having me, Heidi. And I'm so glad I saw your message, because a lot of times if we're not connected, it goes to that one place. And you're like, oh, 5 years later, there's this message, right? So I'm so grateful that and honored to be a part. I never take it lightly when someone invites me to be on their call. I was doing Jessica Rigner's call Monday night because she had done a call for our team, and I love, giving back and serving. And Laura Stevens just texted me and said, Kelly and I are watching the call you did for Jessica. It is so good. And so I was like, you never know when your calls are going to get passed around, you guys. So it's just such a blessing and an honor to be here. And we do have several amazing team members on this call. Sybil is so amazing to start Tribe Time years ago. It was so important to her, and she's done an amazing job connecting people that don't have connections and those that do. I have some really good friends on here. It's so good to see you, Lori. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in like forever. Lori and I trained in the Dakotas a couple years back. And so thank you guys for having me. I'm so honored to be here. And Heidi asked me if I would share some things, and then we're going to open it up for questions. So anything that you guys want to ask me, there's nothing you can't ask me. I'm an open book. And if anything that I've gone through or have done or not done can serve and help you, I'm willing to talk about it. So she asked me to talk about what I felt like would be really add value to you guys. And this is nothing new under the sun. You guys have heard these things before, but maybe you'll hear it in a little bit different light today. Maybe it'll hit you in a different way than it's hit you before. But we're going to talk about strategies for success. And we're going to talk about 3 key areas. One's consistency, one is mindset, and one is goals. And so when you have those 3 things, you can rise to the top and do it really, really well, as long as you have those 3 things. And I think a lot of times people don't realize like how important consistency is in building a business. I think a lot of times people come into this, they're really consistent for a little while, and if things don't start happening, they're like, well, no one cares. I didn't get any likes or comments, and so I'm done now because people don't really want to know what I'm talking about. And that is just straight up not true. There are people still enrolling with me today that have been watching my journey for over the last 6 years. You never know who's watching you, so don't ever give up. Be consistent, be consistent, be consistent on your social media, on your stories, in your life, living it out loud and adding value to those around you. Because I'm telling you guys right now, that is where it happens. You know, this is something really encouraging is that consistency and grit outweigh talent. Consistency and grit outweigh talent. So if you're with someone who's uber talented and you may be feeling a little bit like you're in comparison mode, like they're so awesome, you know what? You're just as awesome. They were just more consistent and had more grit. And so remember that because this is a skill based business and you can learn what you need to do here. It's the grit and the consistency that are going to set you apart from the person who's not growing, who's complaining and not making things happen, whose cycles aren't growing and they're frustrated. So just remember that. This morning, I was training our team on stepping stones to success, and I was talking all about the consistency of your pictures and your videos and how those look and lighting and how to do it and how we did it before we had ring lights and tripods, right? So it's starting from the basics and building on top of those. And that is a huge part of consistency. And when I say consistency, these are the things I'm talking about. Follow up. Kathy Coover has always said the fortune is in the follow up, my friends. I don't care if you followed up with someone 95 times. Follow up with them. You never know when it's going to be the moment in their life that they really need what you are offering to them. Maybe circumstances have changed. Maybe they are in a place where they've been thinking about this. They have been watching you all this time and now they're ready. And when you reach out, it's such a big deal. So follow up, I can't say enough about it. Prospecting, looking for the next person, looking for the person who's going to change your business, pouring yourself into the person and matching their effort. And when they don't match your time and effort, then just let them know you love them and you'll be there when they're ready. Don't drag people. I know that a lot of people struggle with dragging people. We've all been there. We all want this more for them sometimes than they want for themselves, but you will not increase your business by dragging people along. And Kathy Coover has always shaken out her ankle and said, shake them off. Because if they're not ready to put in the time and the energy, you shouldn't be spending your time and energy there. Revisit them and continue, let them know you're there, but really match energy for energy when you are prospecting and looking for people to join your team. And the most important thing about that is you need to be the leader that you're looking for. So write out a list of all the qualities that you are looking for, and you need to be that person because like will attract like. You will attract who you are. You will attract who you're becoming. And let's face it, we were all a disaster before we've become masters. And I hesitate to use the word master because we're all growing and we're all learning and we're all getting better every single day because we have to intentionally do so. I was telling the team this morning, if you don't know how to do something, Google it and figure it out. If you don't know how to do lighting, if you don't know how to take a picture, if you don't know how to make a video, Google it and figure it out. Don't whine, don't complain, and don't be frustrated and sit in your own ick because you're not willing to figure it out. Don't wait for your leader or your team or somebody else that you feel like it's their job. It's your job. This is your business. You have a blue box in your back office that has your name on it, and everybody that falls under you, they have a blue box too. And yes, you need to lead well and be consistent and have integrity, but this is your business. You're responsible for building it and growing it, and the buck stops with you. Enrolling. Don't ever stop enrolling people, ever. Because if you just sit back and you are not sharing this beautiful gift anymore and you're not adding to your team personally, that is death to your business. We have a team of 53,000 people, and I still enroll people every single month because I'm consistently being consistent and consistently reaching out. So could I sit back and could I sit on a beach and collect a paycheck? I sure could. But is that who I am? And is that how I want to live my life? And is that how I want to show up for my team? Absolutely not. I'm in the trenches with them. I'm doing the things with them. That's why I've hit the crystal resets. That's why I do leader in action, all the things. You have to be an example. You cannot sit in a glass office and be like, do this, do this, do this, do this, and not be willing to get in the dirt yourself and do it with them, no matter how long you've been a part of this incredible company. Rank advancing. Rank advancing can seem like such a daunting task. If you're keeping track of your leader in action right now, and every time you get to the rank advancement, there's a 0, I want you to know that if you intentionally look at that column differently, it will help change your whole attitude about leader in action. I know sometimes right now, especially over the last year, rank advancing a consultant feels like rank advancing an executive. And I know that it can be really hard and frustrating, but you have to change your story and you have to change what you're thinking about that whole process. And know that every time you help someone share with 2 people that you've personally enrolled, it is so exciting and it lights a fire under that person. And suggesting it and walking them through it will change the trajectory of their business. When you get somebody paid in this company, it will change everything for you, for them, for the whole entire organization. When you're doing the rank advancements and you're showing how many consultants are popping and managers and directors, it is so exciting. It adds the flame, the fire to your business. So look at that column as who am I going to serve? Who am I going to help change the trajectory of their life? Because that will change your whole perspective of that 0 column. And all the other columns you are pretty much in control of. You can state your paid as title, right? You can enroll people. You can help your team being enrolling and duplicating, but helping someone you've personally enrolled rank advance, change your attitude about that column if you're seeing 0s. Because I see a lot of people not hitting LIA because they're not having a rank advancement. And I want you to know that you can change that by changing your story, by changing what you're telling yourself about that column and about that 0. And that brings me up to leader in action. I am hammering this home with our team so big time. You guys, if you do not have this printed out and have the columns done, we even had someone tell us the other day they laminate this and they erase it and then they start it over. I have it printed out for each section. Okay. Yay, leader in action. I see you, Steph. So good. And the other thing that I've done to help plan with leader in action is I've gotten a yearly calendar right here. And you know, this isn't monthly. This is the 445 and all the things. And so I've broken it down on a whole year so I can see it on my calendar. It's also in the calendar on my phone. It's also on my leader in action worksheet on the above, because you do not want to miss such an incredible bonus if you're in that 4 to 5 star and you're in that new bonus field because you didn't have something in those columns. It's so important to help people hit that. And now Isagenix is so generous. When someone hits 20, they're in the 20 club, and there's so many exciting things that Isagenix is doing for that. So I cannot say that enough, how important that is to make sure that that's in front of your team always. Using the Penny app. I know that a lot of times it's really hard to teach an old dog new tricks. I have also had to put myself in the position of, I'm going to learn this dang app, because our new people are coming in, they're learning it, the IsoLife app. Those 2 apps, the IsoLife app and the Penny app, are key strategies. How many of you, tell me in the chat, when you first started, had Post-it notes blown up all over your office? Literally, you were written down on papers and notebooks and Post-it notes, leads, and you missed them because you didn't have a great CRM system for keeping things in order. That Penny app is the ticket. And when you learn how to use it and you're using it every day consistently in your power hour, it will change everything for your business. And if you're not using it, your team's not going to use it. So I highly recommend that you make sure that you're using that Penny app, and then you're also helping them do that. And the last thing in consistency is treating this like a business. If you treat this like a hobby, you're going to get hobby results. But if you treat this like a business, you're going to get business results. And the size of your paycheck shows how unselfish you truly are by showing up and getting it done, because that's what matters the most. And the more you share and the more you serve and the more you do that, your paycheck will continue to grow and grow and grow. I love my dear friend Carla Italiano's story of hearing the no's, of having someone turn their back and walk away from her, and she stayed consistent If you haven't heard her story, look it up. She shared at an event several years ago. She's so incredible. She's like you and me, a normal girl, but what set her apart was her grit and her consistency. And when her daughter was diagnosed with cancer, she was able to be by her side because she had built this business to an incredible place of providing income for them every single Monday. That is what you guys can do and the power you have in treating this like a business. And for those on your team who work full time, it's okay. They can build this in the pockets of their life and you can champion them to do that because someday they'll be able to leave that job and live the life of their dreams on the time of their own schedule. And it's such a beautiful thing because you will have been the catalyst that helped them do that, that helped them dream about that, and that helped them make that dream become a reality. So those are the things about consistency, the details underneath it. And the best thing about consistency that I can share with you is that it's not talent. So don't think you have to look at somebody else and compare yourself to somebody else because you have what it takes to build this business. You really, really do, you guys. And you're the one that's in control of that because remember, grit and consistency outweigh talent all day long. And if you haven't read the book Grit by Angela Duckworth, I highly suggest you read it. If you're new to network marketing or you have people that are new on your team to network marketing, the GoPro book by Eric Worre is so good. Use it, read it, train your team on it. Another book that is so key, and we'll just go right into mindset with this, is The Secrets to a Millionaire Mindset. How many, tell me in the chat, how many of you guys had money mindset issues coming into Isagenix? How you viewed money as a child, how your parents viewed money as a child, or when you were a child, greatly affects your money mindset as an adult. And this is something that I did not realize how powerful this was in the lives of people. And when I was in 6th grade, I went to my mom and I said, Mom, someday I'm going to own a company and I'm going to have a maid come to my house every single week. Guess what? I'm 51 years old and I own my own company and I have a house fairy come to my house every single week. And you know what? That did not come without a lot of hard work. A lot of hard work. It's like Dave Ramsey talks about in the financial world, live like, someone else so you can live like someone else, right? Live like no one else so you can live, you know what I'm saying. That one, look it up. It's really popular. Because when you make the sacrifice and when you stick to the consistency, you can live the life of your dreams and you can have it. Now, I was a little girl that knew what I wanted because I had seen my parents struggle. I had seen them say no to every single thing most of the time that I asked that I could have or wanted to go. And it was so frustrating to me. And I didn't want to be told no. I wanted to be able to go to Disneyland and wear the cute jeans that my friends were wearing at school and have a nice car. I had major work ethic and I started working at 15 years old, every job that I could to make an impact in my own financial trajectory. So what I'm saying is that book, when I read it, massively even helped me increase my money mindset even more. Because when you go from making together combined with your spouse $130,000 a year to that a month, you guys, you have to have your mindset changed drastically, incredibly, or you're not going to grow. Period. Right? So if you have people on your team struggling with their money mindset, you guys really share that book with them, do a book study, walk through it with them because that will really help their mindset. So talking about mindset, moving to that topic, never give up and keep moving forward. How many times have you seen someone on your team, or maybe this has even been you at some point in this business, where you just get so frustrated that you just go, you know what? I'm just going to give up. The only way to fail in Isagenix is to quit. You guys have heard that many times, and it's very true. The only way to quit or to fail in Isagenix is to quit. If you don't quit and you stay consistent and you grow in your mindset, you guys can have everything you want in this business. This company is so generous. I remember when I first started, I went into the back office and I printed out every contest that was going on. President's Quest, Top Achievers, all of it. We had it on our vision boards. We made vision boards with our team. And we nailed those things because they were our target. We saw the target, we hit the target. Help your team with their mindset to set these things in front of them, because when they see it and they're tracking it, they will hit it every single time. This is something that I'm going to share with you that has been really impactful in my life. Discipline your disappointments. You win or you learn. Discipline your disappointments. You win or you learn. You're always going to come out on the other side of a disappointment, either learning something or winning. And I like to win. Anybody else? Tell me in the chat, raise your hand. Do you like to win? Do you like to win? Yes, you do. You want to win at everything you do, no matter what it is. And if you didn't win that time, it's okay, because you learned something that will help you win the next time. And sometimes I think people get so disappointed. Someone didn't order that they thought was going to order. Someone sent their value pack back. Someone's been in the bathroom puking for days and they don't know how to help them. You guys, all the things that we all deal with in this business when we're coaching and loving and serving people, manage those disappointments well. And with collagen, there's no stopping you, because all they have to do is open it and drink it and look like $1 million. Okay. The other thing is to set your intentions and visualize. I cannot say this enough. I mentioned it a minute ago about vision boards. This really helps focus your mindset. I don't care what it is in your life. I love Audrey McLeod's post that she did the other day on Instagram. She said, so many of my dreams and goals have happened since I've been a part of this company. I need new dreams and goals. And I have felt like that a lot as well. You know, we have our house in Coeur d'Alene. We have the things that we've always wanted, all the things. You guys have them too. You list your list, you check them off, no matter if they're big or small. But you got to dream even bigger dreams. And you've got to help your team do the same thing. Okay. So if you have somebody on your team, let's say Betsy Sue, she comes in, she needs to make a mortgage payment. She needs to make a car payment. Her dishwasher just broke and she doesn't want to put it on a credit card. Help her double PIB so she can pay for it cash. It's the little things that add up to the big things, and their vision board gets bigger and bigger, and then they get into contribution. Because somebody asked me on Monday, like, what do you do with your money? And Lauren Sims was like, she gives like none other. This year for our paid as executives, we didn't spend the money on the huge party because I had it at my house, but I gave them diamond earrings. And the price tag was big, but you know what? They deserved it because they work hard and they pour in and they love and serve. So no matter what it is, on a big scale or a small scale, make sure that you are really focusing on helping people visualize everything they want, whether it's small or big. And it'll be so exciting for you as a leader to help watch them grow. And if you're sitting here on this call and you've achieved everything you've wanted to achieve in your business and in your life, make bigger goals, make bigger dreams, make bigger contributions, because you guys, that is where it's at. Every single day you get up and look at yourself in the mirror and go, who can I serve today? How can I give today? How can I pour in today? I'm so excited about today. And that is setting your mindset and your intention. The third thing that I want to end with is goals, you guys. It's that see the target, hit the target. It's having your crystal roadmap to executive. So not only are you having your leader in action in front of you, not only are you having your crystal roadmap in front of you and your year at a glance with all of your family things, your business things, your trips, all the things. It's so important for you to have this crystal roadmap in front of you. This is a goal. Once you hit it, celebrate and do it again. What does this do for you? What does this do for people on your team? This helps solidify their business center, because we all know that people will fall in and out of consultant. If you set your team up for success and you let them know that way ahead of time, it will help them to not get to that place where they're falling in and out and they are feeling discouraged and frustrated. When that crystal roadmap is always in front of them, it's key to their success of staying paid as. Write in the chat all the benefits that you guys know for being paid as executive. Go. Write in the chat of all the benefits of being paid as executive. Write them in the chat. Executive match, yes. 10% actually, customer referrals, lifestyle bonus, which is $750. Yes, yes, yes. And as you are playing in the pools as executive, and then you move up to all the new pools that Isagenix has, the key to making the most money is developing leaders and helping them develop leaders. And one thing that I'm so proud of on our team and our organization is that we have a bunch of badass women who have incredible organizations that they are leading so well. And it makes me so happy, because when you can get to that place where you're watching them do amazing things and you can cheer them on and reward them for a good job, and you're here if they need you, and you lead the overall team and have calls and masterminds and all the things, but you're watching them step out and do amazing things, it is the coolest place to be as a leader. And that number of crystal executives on our team means so much to me. Now, I will tell you this, and I will encourage you with this. Not all of those are still here. Okay? Not all of them are still here. And that is normal. And that is okay. Some of them are not paid as, and that is normal. What I'm saying to you is that you need to continue to do it, continue to hit it, continue to rank advance people, because people will come and go and people will fall out. And so know that when you see a number, it doesn't mean all 18 of those are still paid as executives and running these amazing businesses, but 8 of them are, and they're killing it. And then we have the 2 PET and the 3 PET. Sybil is in my 2 PET. I enrolled the person that enrolled Sybil, and I could not be more proud of Sybil. She's done an incredible job building her organization. She's a 6-figure income earner on our team. She leads well. I'm in her business page, I'm in her product page, and I smile every time I see all the things that she is leading her team to do. She's having great success. She's intentional, and she gets it done, and she's fun in the process, as you guys all know. So having your team have those goals is super, super important. Don't leave any money on the table. Don't leave any money on the table. From the bonus from when they can become a consultant, to the PIBs, to all the bonuses up the tree, make sure they know about them. Show them their back office, walk them through it. Because you know what, you guys, that's your job. If you want to build leaders, that's your job. Isagenix is providing it for us. You have to show them the way. You have to show them the yellow brick road. You have to show them the steps to success. And then what they choose to do with it is up to them. But you did your job by showing them, and don't leave any money on the table. Make that one of the goals. And know your team's goals. Who's hungry on your team? Not only do I have my crystal roadmap here, but I have my new people's crystal roadmap, and I'm walking alongside of them, excited to help them and excited to encourage them and cheer them on as they rank advance up that ladder. So remember, make sure and find out what your team's goals are, because if you help a lot of people get paid, it blesses your own bank account, and it's super exciting. And that's not what drives me. What drives me is helping everybody else get paid. It makes me very excited, as it does so many of you, because that's what this is all about. This company is such a gift. It is the best in the industry. It has the best comp plan, the best products. We've seen it in collagen alone, the best leadership. And you guys, I cannot say enough about the community of Isagenix. To be able to share and be on people's calls that you may or may not be related to financially is such a gift. To have people come into your team and you go into their teams, you guys, that is not like that in other teams and in other companies. We have such a gift of such an incredible community here at Isagenix. And I'm so honored that I've been able to be a part of this with you today. I love each and every one of you. I know Brent Shaw is on this call somewhere. He's like my brother from another mother. And I cannot wait to hug all of you guys when I see you again in person, because we will see each other again, I promise.
Thank you so much. I got lots of notes. Thank you, thank you. So we're gonna open up for questions, right?
Yes, I'm happy to answer any questions.
I could ask a lot, but I don't want to hog all the time. So who wants to ask? Debbie, you got something? You just put yourself off of mute. That's why I thought you did.
Oh, nope.
So Yeah, really great. A lot of great nuggets. I feel like sometimes I'm the type of person that wants it more for people than people want it themselves. So what you said about um, match energy for energy, right? So
Absolutely.
you were on an inside of an inside leg, right?
Mm-hmm.
So can you tell us a little bit about that?
I will just say this, that every position in this company is a gift. Every position. Because we all have to build two sexy legs, every one of us. It doesn't matter if you have volume on one side or the other. It really doesn't, because you have to build those two legs. And you may have lots of volume on one leg and really struggle on the other. And it doesn't matter where you're positioned, because you have to find leaders on both sides. You have to find powerhouse women that you are looking to be, and you are, and you have to build those on both sides of your team, as you know, those two legs. You can't rely on your leader to enroll people there. You can't rely on your team to do it. You have to find people that are willing to jump into this as much as you are and build those two legs. And I will tell you, I remember walking across stage, and Barb was walking across stage with us as millionaires, and we hit it in 24 months, and it took her 9 years. And I was like, Barb, like, tell me about that. And she goes, you know what, Trudy? She goes, one of my legs has all of you guys on it. And my other leg, I really struggle. It's really hard. I haven't found the people like the people on my right side. Okay. So you have to find those people, pray about it, set your intention, make the list of who you're looking for, call influencers and ask who they know that's an influence in that area, and reach out and look for those people and connect with those people and say, I may have something that you're looking for. Jessica Rigner's so good at saying this. She will call, she will ask, and she will find out who are the people that are influential, that are busy, that get things done, because those are the people that you're going to want on your team. The people that are spending 14 plates, those are the people that you want on your team. And I've always taught my team from day one to go left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. We marched it, we said it, we did it in faster fast track, we did it in team trainings, and we had to build two solid sides no matter where you are in this organization. And to look and do comparison mode is just going to only hurt you, because everybody in this company has to build the same two legs, the same. I hope that helps.
Yes, very much. Thank you. I love that you said each position is a gift. Whew, that's really good. Thank you.
I think sometimes, Trudy, you can speak to this. It's like I choose, you know, my legs are caught up, even though I had one much heavier at one time. And that's been a struggle for me to grow my cycles if I want to stay paid as executive. And I think sometimes we can lose sight, or it's hard. I mean, I guess that's a choice for everyone. If they'd rather chase cycles and they get that, then stay paid as executive. That's one thing. But I think that's kind of something we have to remind and cast to our team, because sometimes they don't even ask anymore and they just start going wherever the volume is needed, instead of, like you said, building two strong legs. And then when they want to get to executive, they just don't even have enough people on one side.
Mm-hmm. So that's why I always told my team to go left, right, and cast that vision for them to help them find the two. And you guys, I know exactly what you're talking about, Lori, because I have 3 centers. I have my first center, Nathan's center, my husband, and my platinum center. And I'm telling you right now, was so good, because in the place that I was, so many of the women that are on our team were from the other company that I was with. Some of them I wasn't even financially connected to, or they were friends of mine who were in ministry, who had grit. I mean, being a pastor's wife, let's just talk about it. You have to have grit. And some of those are on my team. And women who knew how to work hard, like they had work ethic. I mean, you guys know Sybil's story. Like, we were all slinging kitchen tools in homes, out of homes, doing dishes, making a commission. If we weren't at the party, we didn't get paid. Like, it was a lot of work. So you can come into this company and it's a lot of like mind work and growth work, Whereas that was a lot of more like labor, and yes, you did have to build relationships and those kinds of things. But to your point, Lori, I am feeling that in Nathan Center. Like my first center is so solid and I'm so grateful. And my platinum center is so solid and I'm so grateful. I rank advance those people. I continue to do it in there and it's solid. But Nathan Center, I'm in the same boat, like what you're talking about, Lori. Like I have this really powerful side. And then I really don't want to enroll anyone else over there because that's not going to make me cycle right in there. But I want to be paid as executive. And it has been a struggle in there, struggle bus. So I finally was just like, you know what? We got 6 in there. Like I think 4 are on the left and 3 are on the right. And those 3 are solid. They've been there for years. And now I just need to continue working with that side and finding people that want it on that side, right? So I get it. I mean, we all go through that and it's that frustration, but it's also fun because it's a challenge and it's a challenge that you can do something about. And your attitude and the way that you look at it is going to change everything about it. Does that make sense?
Do you ever approach people right just with the business, right off of the business, or mainly product, or a little both?
Business, business, business. Sybil's like going out of her skin over there. Like business. We have talked about the business from day one. Our team enrolled value packs for the first 3 years. And that, I mean, Jessica Rigner even said it the other day, all of us, like we swung a heavy hammer, like a value pack for $600. Like if you can sell a value pack over and over and over again, you got skills and you learned those skills, right? Now we have like amazing collagen and we have all kinds of packs to meet all kinds of budgets. But one of the reasons why I feel like we crushed it in the beginning and really built this solid, firm foundation is because every time you enrolled a value pack, you cycled, right? I know when my sister started, she's on an inside leg. She had to enroll 2 value packs to 1 to cycle. 600 to 300, right? 600 BV because the value pack was 320, right? So she had to enroll 2 value packs to 1, 2 value packs to 1. And she was going left and right too, but it took time for her to like cycle because she was building those legs. Tracy O'Malley's on an inside leg. Lindsay Whine is on an inside leg. Trudy Maples is on an inside leg. It doesn't matter. You have so many millionaires in this company that are on an inside leg. It doesn't matter. I don't want to hear about what leg someone's on. I really don't. Like that story is bye. Because if they will take the time to really build evenly and go for it, they will have huge success in this business. They will pass their enroller in income. So yeah, business all the way, baby.
Hey, Trudy, I've got a question.
Yes. Hi, Crystal.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. So I know that you're so great at recognizing your team. I'm wondering if you can spend a minute and give us some suggestions. That's been something I've been really trying to, spend a lot more time with. And sometimes, recognizing consultants is quick and easy, manager even, but then there's such a gap, right, from manager to director sometimes. And so I'm just wondering if you can talk about how you just shout people out when you do it and that kind of thing.
So I love that question. I love to recognize our team. And I think it's so important to make sure that they are being recognized because recognition goes a really, really long way in this business. And, think about who's on your team. There's a lot of women, there's a lot of moms, there's a lot of, that, and they need that recognition. They don't get it anywhere else usually. And so what you want to see repeated is what you want to recognize, right? So if you're wanting to see people enrolling people rank advancing people staying paid as, people earning in the leadership pools, people focused on leader in action, all those things are what we put our recognition in. And so here's a couple examples when we first started, and now like all the leaders are doing this in their own organization. But still overall in the organization, if we rank advance, an executive, they hear from me, even if they're like levels down, because they're part of that paid as executive and they're getting that gift. It helps me keep a pulse on the leadership on the team and connected to them so that I can be there and serve them and help them if they need that. I also want you to know that it's really important as you're promoting and helping leaders that you don't step on the leader's foot. Like it's really important that you come alongside the leader if they need that, and you can help them with that. But like, for example, I'll give you an example. I'm pretending. Let's say Liz, because Liz is in my 3PT. So let's say Liz hits executive, but Sybil enrolled Liz. Okay. I'm not going to do anything with Liz unless I talk to Sybil. I'm going to be like, hey, Syb, I know that you are doing stuff with Liz and probably sending her something. We would love to send her something too. I don't want to send it before you send it. Like, we communicate, right? Because I respect Sybil and her leadership on our team. So I'm going to go to her and have that conversation, right? That's what I'm talking about. So you want to, and then you model that and through your organization. And that's really cool. One thing about the paid as executives that we do is our executive team loves that because it helps inspire their team to get there, because they're seeing this thing and it creates this massive FOMO that our leaders can use to their benefit to help their team see. I think Stacey Charles is on this call somewhere. Stacey just hit a rank, and I know she's hitting those and moving up to those ranks. And I'm sure she's looking at that paid as executive going, I want to be at that party. I want to get that gift. So that's why we do that whole paid as executive thing. When they hit consultant, we encourage our leaders, send them a handwritten card. There is nothing like a handwritten card. You know what this card says? Let me just tell you, this is from our naturopath to my husband, not to me, to my husband. This is a smart doctor right here. Because how many times does your husband want to go do something like that, right? Get all the hormones figured out? Not many. And she was really smart to send him a thank you card. He was so impressed by this. So the handwritten note, when they hit manager, take him to get a pedicure. Find out what that person wants. I will never forget when I first started and I was like rank advancing so fast. I got so many dang flowers. My sister sent them, the Cougars sent them. It looked like a funeral home in my kitchen. And not that I didn't love that, but I would have rather had maybe an experience or a spa day. If you know me, I'm all about the spa. Not right now because you have to wear a mask and everything's closed, but eventually we'll be back there. But find out what your people want. Find out what they love. Every time I get Sybil something sparkly or with makeup or something, she loves that because I know her. Okay. So that's what I would suggest to Crystal. Whatever it is that they love, do that with them. And time spent is so key. And then when they hit director and executive, you may have certain things that you do based on what they really like. But those are the things that we do. And I know, Lori, you said something about 5-cycle bonus, all of that stuff. Like, that is such a big deal. And you can see that on all of your reports. And one of the things we're focusing big on right now is leader in action. So we post it every single month, who's leader in action, what their points are, because that drives their organization deep and they're working with their organization at all levels. So I hope that helps give you some ideas and some different things that we do.
I have a question while we're on recognition, if I may. Hi, Trudy. Thank you so much
Steph.
for being on here. So, okay, so this is kind of a vulnerable share, but my business really declined a couple of years ago, well, until this year. And so recognition declined, et cetera. And now that I'm doing recognition again, I realize that like our top 10 income earners still aren't where the incomes were when we were really doing a lot of recognition. So I have this little thing in my head going, oh my gosh, if they see that they're like number 5 income earner and they only cycled that many times, is that demotivating or motivating? Do you know what I mean? And I'm considering, should I just do it alphabetically instead of, anyway, so that's kind of going in my head because I think, I've been in the company 15 years and when I see the top 10 and where they're at, it kind of hurts my heart. So I'm stopping myself from doing some of the recognition because of that. I don't know if anyone else can relate.
So I'll tell you what we did with that. And Sybil can totally pipe in here too, because she's on that. We started doing top income earners, top cyclers once a month instead of every week, because everybody's incomes have declined a little bit. My income's declined a little bit. Like, it's okay, you guys. It's not you, it's not Isogenics, it's the industry, it's COVID. We've been through a lot. And for us to still be standing and being here and serving and sharing, you guys, that's a big deal, okay? So trust me, Stephanie, I'm sure that those people are grateful for every dollar. And if you stopped recognizing them, this is my opinion, they would be deflating. But if you recognize them and maybe do it once a month and recognize the behavior that you want to see weekly, and it could be shout outs. Like if you're starting from brand new and you're starting to rebuild your business, which is totally awesome. And I will encourage you, like Jessica Rigner was like, you know, she's been in this company for a long time and she's hitting leader in action, right? And she's got a ton of her leaders on the leaderboard. You know what she told me? She's like, guys, I'm not doing anything new or shiny or different. I'm just doing it more. So Steph, you might be in that place, right? You're just like, you know what to do. You're going in there and you're going to go full bore like you're just starting out for the first time. And that's exciting. So in your business page, recognize the things that you want to see. When you see somebody do a great power post, recognize them. Like, way to go. This is awesome. When you see somebody set up a salon and on a QR code, recognize them and tell them great job. Like, these are the things that are going to build their income and in turn build your income. And when you help them build their income, even though it's dropped a little bit, recognition is so important. Maybe those handwritten notes, I'll tell you, the power of a handwritten note is crazy town. I have this lady on my team. Her name is Laura Stanley. She's been with me since the beginning. She's one of my Pampered Chef hosts. I walked into her house because Nathan does things around the house. She's a single gal and he'll go over and help her with things at her house. She still has a note on a card, a 3x5 card that I wrote her years ago. It is on her refrigerator. The power of the handwritten love is key, and that doesn't cost anything, right? So I hope that helps, Steph. I keep doing it. Just maybe not do it as often. Maybe do those ones less. Sib, do you have any comment? Yes.
Yeah. So I think that it's never mattered more than now. So, you know, even if a leader's income dropped, they know that and they feel it. The worst thing that could possibly happen is for them to not get recognized. And it also, I think, levels the playing field, like knowing that it wasn't just me, knowing because Trudes was posting all of us. You know, it's pretty much the same names year after year, month after month, week after week, whatever. But if all of a sudden she stopped doing it because we weren't like hitting a certain level, well, nobody was. And across the board, you can see that with Leader in Action. The one really, really dynamic piece, though, is that there are a number of us that did not take our foot off the gas. There are a number that did. Those people are not in that top 10, top 15, whatever it is. So I think that if you've got people that are working, they deserve recognition. I don't know another way to put it, because it's never mattered more.
I do the same thing, and I had the same feeling. It was Stephanie that was saying that. I personally don't put the number of cycles. I just put the top 10. Some leaders that I'm in put the number of cycles, and I know even when mine have dropped, I would rather they weren't posted.
I've never posted cycles. Yeah, I never have.
So I don't put the number. I am listed with my numbers on one group. So I get, when you feel it yourself, I know I would rather just have the ranking there. And I guess my top income earners tend to still be two people that don't do this, that have taken their foot off the gas purposefully. But they worked it so long. It was like 3 or 4 years, you know what I mean? So I think what we have to realize, and other people have to see, residual income is real. Absolutely. Look how hard they worked, even though they don't do much now. It's probably they're not going to stay at the top forever, but they are for a long time. And I'm still grateful for them. I guess that's what I'm looking at. I'm still freaking grateful that they're here. That's the reason I'm still paid as executive, right? That they stay active, even if they're just mainly, for the most part, getting paid. I have a lot of people like that.
Well, and I would say that can be really frustrating too, because people go, well, they're getting paid every Monday and they're not working. And I have to say this, and we have those on our team, and I know all of you guys do, right? But my big focus for those people is just a heart of gratitude, because if they would have never been in this business and shared this business with you or someone on your team, then you wouldn't be here. So if you're frustrated or you're just like, dang, they're so lucky, like all the things, like just remember your gratitude, because they brought you here and they're the reason that you're here, even though it might be frustrating. And you can never compare yourself to other people, because if they, are in a spot and they've got some people killing it on both sides underneath them and they're working, honestly, that's this comp plan. And they deserve it because they brought those people in, and they at the beginning worked hard. Okay.
That's the
I'm
way
never
it's
going to
supposed to
stop.
work eventually, is that you're not killing yourself all the time.
Exactly.
You're not supposed to be doing nothing. I'm not condoning that. But
Yes.
I have one that came back, just as Stephanie to help a little bit. I post every week. She was constantly in my top 10, not only doing, she just luckily had 2 people that did something, one on each side. She did nothing purposefully. I mean, nothing. She still deserves the income, and she understood the power of residual income. She made $20,000 in 2020 doing nothing. And nothing, not one thing other than ordering her 100 BV. She's now back and my number 1 person working the business. Things changed in her job. She is the leader I lock arms with right now the most, and was at one point for 3 years. And she just always knew I was there, but I always appreciated her. So I guess if that's helpful perspective, but I totally get where you're coming from, just if that makes sense too.
Somebody asked about collagen in the chat, and it's 14 days and it's business days, not weekends or holidays.
No, I know, but I'm wondering, does anyone know, like I know last Thursday, stuff ordered on the 15th was shipped and then received on the same day magically. I still have people from the 17th. Yeah, no tracking number, nothing. So
I ordered on the 14th and I haven't gotten mine yet.
They said that they're doing email communication now. Sharon did a video in the 8-star platinum page about it. She probably did it in the 2 to 7-star too. And we just said we need communication, because communication will help everything. If you're communicating with your customers, they appreciate that. So hopefully people are starting to get those emails.
yeah, that's moving forward, but yeah, it would have been great for these folks. I've been, of course, letting them know, sending them before and afters. Oh my God, it's worth the wait. Look at this one.
That's so good.
By the end of next week, they expect it to go down to 2 to 3 business days.
It's getting less and less. It was that big old thing in LA that botched it all up. That was totally out of control. Who's William? William has their hand up. William. Hi, William. You're muted. I can't hear you because you're muted.
I am muted. I'm good.
Hi.
No, I was just going to say that, I've got somebody that actually has 2 collagen orders that are almost 14 days late. So hopefully they're going to arrive here any particular time. But, she's kind of disgruntled because in her case, she's only been doing 1 a day, and she actually has kind of a hair condition called alopecia or something like that she feels that this is really starting to help. Only how much help is she getting if she's having to continually stop and start because she's waiting on her next product?
So William, this is what I would say about that. And Jessica talked about this on our call, is your attitude with her is everything. And just letting her know, because this product is an award-winning product, it was very highly sought after, and we've sold millions of bottles of it since it came out. But what happened was, with the shipping, it was totally out of Isagenix control. Maybe you could send her some other articles where other companies are also being affected by the shipping delay. It's not just Isagenix. And you just being such an amazing leader like you are, and communicating that with her and just appreciating her is going to go a really, really long way. And so just make sure that you're doing that, and agree with her. Like, I understand the frustration, but I promise you, when we get past this little blip, you're going to have your product fast like you always have. I promise.
Okay. Yeah. God gave me patience, but
there you go.
Thank you.
You bet.
That's a fantastic response. It's all how we navigate it. To me, I don't sweat the small stuff. They'll work it out. They'll figure it out. I'm curious, so like with people with their business volume, I know, are they, like, I've got some people, like, I'm hoping they're gonna, since they haven't gotten their product yet, they'll need to order another 100 BV before they even,
Right.
how do you navigate that?
So she also talked about that on our call. And so what we're doing is we're connecting with those people and we're helping them find other things that they would really like to use in the meantime. And we're talking to them about why they want to have that 100 BV and how they can use their collagen moving forward. But in this meantime, letting them know we have lotion and we have incredible, meal replacements if you want to try it for breakfast. Just if you're buying this at the store, trade it out and buy this from your own online store, and just having another really cool conversation. If you'll notice, everything about what I'm saying to you right now, it's posture, confidence, smile, excitement, positivity. Because if you get on the phone and you're like, yeah, I know, isn't this just such a bummer? I don't know what we're going to do. Gosh, you have to order 100 BB. Well, let's figure that out. You know what I mean? Like, you guys, it is all up to you. And then what they decide to do with that and where they decide to take it is all up to them. But you're in control of your emotion and your positivity and your excitement and your posture and all the things that they could have. Like Sybil just said, bone broth. Like, there's so many amazing things that they could add to their cart for the in between time. And you leading and guiding them about that is your job.
And just as a spin, how grateful are we? That's what, at least what my team, that we've said that everything else, that this is the first hiccup we've ever had throughout all of COVID. That's unbelievable, really. And that we still get our other products on time every single time. I was scared like someone could get sick in the factory, the warehouse, whatever, when we first started this, and then everyone would be shut. We haven't had anything like that. So we've just spun it that, ours is short term. Like I said, I ordered furniture. It's not, the norm with furniture is like 3 to 6 months.
Yep, it's true. I ordered a dresser for my lake house and I'll probably get it before I leave in the fall. And I ordered it 2 months ago. So we have an amazing company, you guys. We have amazing products and I love you guys. Thanks for having me today. I need to go, but I love you. Thank you. I'm so honored that I got to be a part of this today. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We so appreciate you. Thank you.
Take care.
Heidi, awesome. Thank you so much for lining her up.
You're welcome.
That's great. Who do we have on tap?